Stay tuned if you want to see how I made these cute hidden paperclip paper dolls.
Hey everybody, it's Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong. Welcome back to my channel. I have been wanting to jump on the hidden paperclip train, and so I sat down today in the workshop and made the cutest little paperclip, and we're going to play around and see what we can come up with as far as hidden paperclip paper dolls. The first thing I am going to do is label that these are my two patterns. You all know how I am, and if I don't do that, these are going to end up as paper doll paper clips, and I will have to redo my pattern. We better put it on the back too. Let's make some hidden paperclip paper dolls. I've seen a lot of hidden paperclip tutorials, and then, well, not a lot, probably 5. It just seems like they got really popular all of a sudden, and quite a few people created videos showing how they did theirs. I felt like it would be easy to make one of these by just punching a hole in a piece of paper and putting a paper clip through. So that's what I did. I can't remember if I've seen that or not. I don't think I have. I also don't have a lot of time to be on YouTube watching videos, although I do love watching videos when I'm out here. But I digress. I've been busy at work and recovering from the retreat at work, a big sale we had at work, and just some family things. Okay, so let me get back on track here. I've created 2 patterns, and I'm making these paper dolls on watercolor paper because I wanted something heavy enough that it's going to be sturdy, standing up in the journal above the page, and it's not going to just, flop over and be a disaster. You can see the hole is punched on one side, but not on the other side. And she kind of stands off the page on this side, but she's hiding the paper clip. And of course, you can't glue both sides completely together and then be able to use the paper clip. I haven't tried the one with the bun yet. I did create one with a bun though, because I love that little look with the dolls I like to draw, or the faces. I'm using a pencil to trace around the pattern because it doesn't seem to show up as much. I tried a couple using the ink pen, and I like it better using a pencil. So the way I did these patterns, I should go ahead and tell you that so you can create your own. It's basically, let's see how tall this is. It's about 3 inches tall, maybe a little more, 3 1/4. This one's going to be like 3 1/4, but then you have this little circle on top for the bun, and it's not very wide. The face is probably an inch, almost 1.5 inches at the widest part. So very, very simple. It's not even going to be a full face. You're going to have an area underneath the face where it's very wide. Her neck is in the center. Her neck is not that wide, but you can draw it in and then have the hair on the outside of the neck, like around the neck. So let's, and then you're going to make a hole punch kind of under where the face would be, because you don't want to interfere with the face. So I've traced around this, and I want to go ahead and do both sides so that I can glue them together. And I'm going to make each one full size. Let's go ahead and do the ones that don't have the bun. And the second one, it's not going to be as long. As you can see, on this side, it doesn't come all the way down. I didn't see the point of having something really long kind of flopping around on the page, although you could have it all the way down. I hope I'm not out of frame. The main thing was to cover the paper clip on that side. So let's go ahead and cut these out. I just traced around my pattern without a bun, and let's cut them out. This does not have to be perfect, and that's just the fun part of this, it's very liberating. Don't worry, it's going to be very cute, and you do not have to be an amazing artist. We're just going to draw little faces and use some watercolor to put some color around the faces. And you can use your favorite pieces of scrapbook paper or ephemera or book page or whatever you want to for the dress. And that's just another thing that makes these really delightful. All right, so cut that little piece off and discard that in the recycle. And maybe these two, because I don't want to clutter the desk right now. Let's take the pattern and mark where the hole is going to be in the front piece. And we don't need a hole in the one on the back. So let's put that to the side. And I do like to use a pen. I think you all know that when I'm making paper dolls or whatever. But the ink can run sometimes. So let's do it different this time. I do want some hair, you know, around here. And let's go ahead and punch the hole. Wait, let's go this side. Okay. And it's okay if they end up messy. In fact, they probably will end up messy with the ink spreading or whatever. I want some watercolor, and I'm using the Caran d'Ache. So let's just put some color that we can spread around on the face. Let's get my little claws up here. I can dry this off. Let's just put that all around. And maybe some color for the cheeks. I'm going to go ahead. That looks like a face, but that's not the face. I never do it this way. We're going to see how this turns out. I'm putting some color in before I come back with the ink, so the ink won't run. Let's add some color to the hair. What's going to be the hair? And let's put that right around here and wet that. So she's got kind of golden hair. Let's bring it on around beside her neck. See how that defines that? We could go ahead and bring the color on down. Let's dry this a little bit. Kind of laughing at myself because honestly I never do it in this order, but it's not quite dry. Oh my goodness. So let's get some more of the water off. So let's make a little mouth right here and a little nose, and let's do oh my goodness, look at that. I've got the color in her cheeks up way too high, but that's okay. You know what, it's just fun to play. It's okay if it's scribbly. Oh, I hear Jason's motorcycle. So, one of my friends, and this is just so sad. Here, I'm going to come back with some water and spread that color around. I don't want it to look so. And here we go, being messy. There goes the ink, and that's okay. This is the Lynn everybody knows, but it is fun to play around and see what happens. No stress. So a really good friend of mine, her dad died in a fiery crash, and there's a little memorial where he died, you know, just to, like, people coming to the scene and leaving little notice or like messages and things like that. So Jason is going to ride over there and just take a look. And I don't ride. Thought about it. We went and looked at motorcycles. I don't know. But he is taking my blessings and my love with him to the site where the accident occurred. So she's cute. I like her. Let's get some scrapbook paper or something to make a dress for her. I think I want to use, honestly, I think I just want to use some book text. Ooh, here's, that was loud. Here's a little piece of paper that says France. So let's trace around and see if we can make her a dress that says France. And it's just going to be sort of rounded at the top, straight down on the sides. And let's glue that into place. Look at me keeping up with the lid. Can you believe it? So let's put, nope, not yet. We forgot the paper clip. That's okay though. Where's my paper clips? Here they are. Okay, so let's put the short side through the hole. Okay, so the short side's going to be over here. And now let's glue the dress down. I knew I was forgetting something. So cute. So there she is. One of these days I'm gonna maybe have some pins that don't run, that I don't ruin. And you know, I should have just done the whole face with maybe a pencil first or watercolor. Let's just get some more color everywhere. I like her, she's cute. Okay, so here is the other side, and what I did the last time is place these where they're where they line up the most, and that seems to be it. But if I do it this way, I don't think it matters. See, we've got the line from the pencil on this side. So we're just gonna do this, and we're only gonna make it long enough to cover the paper clip, the short side, which is just about right there. And her dress is a little long, so let's trim that. And okay, so let's do our face on this side, and I'm going to be my usual self and do this in the order that I normally do. Maybe I should use a Sharpie. So we're not going to do a hole on this side. Let's put some eyebrows and then some eyes. And I know that if you make the eyes further apart, it tends to be a sweeter face, I think. There's a lot of black in her eyes. I'm not being as careful as I should be. Let's do a little mouth and, you know, around under here. It doesn't matter. This does not have to be perfect, as you can see. She's still going to be really sweet. And let's give her kind of a, you know, a little hood over her. Goodness, that eye is pretty much just black. That's okay. Let me say bye to my Jason. Oops, I'm missing him. So let's give her some curls. You know, we don't have room to just make wild hair all over the place, like curls all around everywhere, but we can definitely do some. And now let's give her some color. Let's just do this little circle. That's really red. And maybe we can add some skin color. We're going to blend it around. Let's do some pink on her lips. We could also do some pink around that red. And then, oops, too much water. Spread the color around. See, everything turns out okay. There's no need to worry. So she's really cute, even if her eye over here is almost completely black. After all, these are just silly little paper dolls. So what kind of dress do we want for her? And you know what? So here's something else you can do. Since the bottom of this is going to show, you can add some color. And you could glue paper at the bottom, or, you know, just use a marker to color it. I'm going to add some of this watercolor, and I will dry that a little bit before I glue these together. Now on this side, what do we want? I wonder what would happen if we glued a butterfly there. Oh my gosh, that might be really cool. Of course, we're going to see the white part on the other side. But, okay, let's think about this. Let's put that right there. And all right, and we're just going to glue them together where their heads are. And it is nice to take just a little time for them to completely dry. You can even, you know, press them together a little bit so that they stick together before you try to put them on a page. If I had, let's see, where are my butterflies? Is that another one just like that? It is. I could put that one on this side. Wait, they're not, wait, aren't they just like? I could glue that on the front, but I don't know that we're gonna see. We're not really gonna see that. She's cute. I wonder if, let me hit it one more time with the dryer. So we have our little paper doll here, and that's the page that I'm currently ready to work on. But what if we came over here and put, oh look, she's so cute. She's bigger, but we could slide her more to the center so that they're staggered. And look at that. They are so adorable, and they're sturdy. They're so sturdy. I love you, little paperclip. So it is totally hidden. That really is a hidden paperclip. Let's make, my goal is to make 5. I want 5 little paper dolls in here. And that means I need to cut out a few more. I hope you can see this okay. It's white against white, so it is kind of hard to see maybe, but I went ahead and cut out 3 sets. I cut out 1 without the bun, and then 2 that have these little buns on top. I haven't made one of those yet, but I think it's going to be cute. The cutting is not perfect. It's sort of a sharp edge there, but I don't think it has to be perfect. My pattern is a little bit lopsided, so I'm going to try to turn it so it matches, if that makes sense. I'm going to be careful which side I paint on so that it works out, that one part's not sticking out where it shouldn't be when they're laid flat together and glued together. So I'm going to go ahead and trace where the hole should be punched, or put a little dot in there. That doesn't have to be perfect. So that lines up. So I'm going to be painting on these sides. And let's go ahead and figure out where to put the hole in this. Didn't quite get that centered, but I'm mostly looking for the level as far as, you know, high and low or whatever. So we're going to paint on these sides, and then mark where we're going to punch our hole. And it's going to be so cute when we have 5 little paperclip paper dolls. Okay, so see these line up. I want to paint on this side and this side, so let's flip this over and lay them side by side. These are all the sides I'm going to be painting on, and I'm going to put my patterns up here at the top of my desk to keep up with. And let's make sure we have nice flat paper clips. You don't want one that's already, like this one's sort of bent. I don't know that that would work out. So let's don't do that. Okay, I'm going to do this with the Sharpies, and I'm going to be more careful with the faces. let's put these little sets out of the way and go ahead and maybe get the neck or whatever. Oh, I might have come down too low with that. Maybe not. So there's a little nose. And I like to do 2 little lines under the nose sometimes. And let's make a little mouth, kind of a pouty mouth. And then bring the shoulders on down. And I'm not worried about this being perfect. I'm not worried about little lines anywhere. And then let's do some eyebrows. And the eyes, I like to make them oval, kind of far apart. And then let's do a circle. These are big eyes. Oh crap, the pen slipped. I don't know, I hope that one doesn't end up looking completely black again. So there's a circle. Let's put a big pupil in the center. And then I come back across the top. You can even bring the line down a little bit. Does that make sense? Like a big eyelid or whatever. And then more hair. And we can bring it around her neck too. And let's go ahead and do this side as well. Maybe we'll do some little like squiggly curly hair. And on this side, we don't have to worry about, we don't have to worry about where that hole is punched. And let's do kind of a different mouth. Oops. Oh my gosh. And do a little nose and some eyes. You can add color to the eyes, you know, which we might do. So there she is. And now let's paint. So let's put some color in her cheeks and in her lips. And let's do this really light pink on this one. And I have found, you know what? I might get brave and try to put some blue in their eyes. So let's get almost all of the water off of this brush. And got a little piece of fabric where I can dab up the extra water. And now let's just go ahead and soak the brush so that we don't get blue in her face, hopefully. Again, you know who you're dealing with, so it is what it is. I find if you start right there where the red is, and then you can just spread the color around, it's even okay if there's a lot of pink or red in the face. I try not to spread around the color that's in the lips because, you know, I want the lips to have some nice color. Now let's do this light pink. Start right there and kind of keep that concentrated, but then we can use water and blend the color like up under the eyes and under the mouth. Oh, they're so cute. Maybe a tiny bit more water. That one's really pale pink. They're cute. I like these little babies. Let's go ahead and put the paper clip in and let the short side be on this inside. And with the hair on this one, I think I'm going to make just a few more scribbles in there. And if you want some color for the hair, I mean, we've been using, let's get a darker color and go all around the edge. See that? That's really pretty. Oops. Hello. I definitely don't want to get this all in her face, though. So let's try to just keep it like around her neck and around the edges. She could have some bangs. Does anybody have bangs? I've been thinking about getting my hair cut with bangs. It would still be really long. I want long hair. I don't know though. It's kind of terrifying, isn't it? I'm not afraid of bangs. I'm afraid of hairdressers. Okay, let's try these. Okay. Does she need color in her hair? Oh, yes. We'll have to come back with the hairdryer one more time, but that's okay. Let's give her some orange hair. Oh, she's so cool now. I love that. All right, let's find some clothes for her. And here's where you can use up, let me just show you. All right, I was given some really beautiful paper by somebody who shops at the Scrap Exchange. And I'm not going to use this whole piece of paper. I love it, and I will probably use some in a book. But I know I'm not going to use all of it. This is a really fun way, or a nice way to use if you get paper and you think, oh, you know, I just want to use a little bit of this somewhere. It can become the doll clothes for your little paper clips. It's a way to use wallpaper and scrapbook paper. So there, that gives her, let's glue this down. I probably should have gotten some with more swirls and stuff, but that's okay. So let's put glue on this side and glue this down. Let's hold it for just a second. And on the other side, with the girl with the dark hair, let's give her a little bit of this really pretty blue with the writing on it. So let me try to, there we go. Let's put that right there and then trim it with, you remember this one's not going to be so long. I mean, it can be, but it doesn't need to be. We just need to cover the paper clip. So I'm going to cut a little bit off of here, and let's glue this down. And so there's that. And then we're going to glue just the heads together so that we can use our paper clip. Of course, if we glued it together all the way down, it wouldn't be usable. So it's, like I said, it might be good to hold it for a little bit and let that bond enough so that, you know, it's going to lay flat and stay in place. You could even hit it with the dryer or let it dry overnight before you use it, or a few hours or whatever. I love these. And yeah, we really don't even have to worry about coloring this other side because they're on opposite pages and it's not going to show up. So let's see. Oh, there's some feathers I need to put in my book. So let's get up here. Hopefully this is dried enough. I am going to just trim that sharp looking edge of her face. And maybe we can go really towards the inside of the book. Look at our babies. Oh my goodness, I love that. That's really cute. So let's bring her over. Slide over and bring her maybe more towards the center. Look at that. Aren't they cute? Okay, I'm going to do the others off camera and I will show you what they end up looking like. I know they're going to be cute. So we'll have two in the back with buns. Oh my goodness, I love the way these turned out. Let's get in the journal and see all 5 of these paper doll paper clips. Okay, the first one, you saw her already. She's the smallest, and she has scrapbook paper for address on this side, and then I just used some watercolor on this side. And then moving on to the second one, I staggered them so that you can see them, you know, from the top of the book when it's standing up and you're looking straight ahead. We added a butterfly. She's got short hair. And she's got kind of a messy face because the ink ran. I used an ink that runs on this one, and then on the others I used Sharpie. She has a book page for her dress. And then in the center we have one of the ones with a bun. And I do love her. She has a map for her dress on this side and kind of an exotic look. I made her eye kind of dark again. So again, you know who you're dealing with, and I tend to make a mess. She's got kind of a Frida look on this side. I could have done better, but honestly, I'm hungry and I'm just ready to get inside. I love this old postmark from 1963 and that it says Santa Rosa. So I used that as her dress. And the next one, I love her orange hair and her little pink face. She has blue eyes. There's just that really pretty fancy paper and scrapbook paper on this side. You know, I think her bangs need a little more texture. Yeah, I knew it was missing something. Let's just go ahead and do that. And then this last one, she has the mushroom fabric for a dress. I love that little mouth with her little pursed lips. She looks a little shocked. And then over here, she has some fabric. I think it's Christmas, but I love the tree and the gold flecks in that. So that's the 5 hidden paperclip paper dolls. And that's my version of a hidden paperclip. I meant to do this about a month ago, and I just haven't had time. I'm always a little late to the party because I stay so busy. But I always felt like you could just punch a hole in something, you know, a piece of sturdy paper, and then hide the paper clip that way. And it turned out pretty good. Other people may have done that too. I don't remember seeing that, but who knows. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. It's a really fun project to sit down and do, and it turns out so cute. I will be back very soon, and bye for now.